As I said in my previous video when I was making the cards, and this follows that video actually, it's the same day, I do have just my lounge set on, just comfortable and everything. This stems from a couple of factors actually. One, I actually dropped something down the side there. Two, it's got extremely cluttered, and yes, I've still got my reindeer flannels there, and a lot of stuff as well. And number one, I think that's up there, is mobility from when I hurt my back again. So mobility being the main thing, because this is the space. So there's the door. This is, I know I've got a lot of furniture and a lot of stuff, and that's where I need to thin it down. I don't really want to get in the stage that I empty the whole thing out. Normally I would say review everything. I pretty much done the boxes anyway, but there might be a bit of tweaking. But I've got a couple of areas I really want to get done today if I can. So as you walk in, this is where it's gotten really messy. This is all my paper pads. Realistically, I'd like this emptied because I want to be able to put my light there, and I'll explain that in a minute. Bags from Mother's Day, because I couldn't originally get at the back there. That is my craft bag from the caravan. I have a mobile one which I keep in the caravan. My large craft bag under there that I only tend to use if we're away for any length of time, because it is one on wheels. It's a large one, so I might be actually removing that and storing my handbags in my wardrobe. See, this is how I was thinking. I have a short-term idea and a long-term idea. As I'm getting older and everything, and illness and mobility, as I said, that is the number one. So walking in, and I'll explain this in a minute, I can just about scoot round because I've removed my steps and that board. I'll show you that in a moment. I can sort of come round like here. I'm sorry it's a bit dark. This is my wrapping station. I have brought it forward a bit. I know Anne from Chatty Cubby mentioned it, but I can't bring it too much forward because of this, which is my desk, plus getting the boxes out. So this is actually my wrapping station, which, yeah, I do use it quite a bit, but not every single day, where I keep all my bags and everything. So this has all been reviewed anyway. And then that's tissue papers. Bows I don't tend to use that much anymore. And this is like, things like shredded paper and everything for my gift baskets and everything. That's stuffing, that's tags. The stuff up there I don't use as frequently, that's why it's stored there, plus the bags. So that is that. And as I swing round, as I said, I've just got this gap here. It is very awkward to reach down, and I've learnt my lesson pretty much when I couldn't do much because I was in so much pain. So this is one reason. Now this is not just about crafting. This can be for any reason. It could be any area in your home. That things do need to be reviewed, decluttered and organised frequently. I'm just edging out. I'm just doing this, even though I might be judging you, you need to understand the space I'm working with. And then obviously these are heavy. Yeah, that's just let's go back. This idea, I think it was Jackie that mentioned it, and I did actually purchase this a couple of weeks ago. It's one of those group of things, it's got magnetic hand. It's not ideal for that sort of thing, but this sort of thing, yeah, it's okay. Look, so I'm sure she mentioned that. I was going to do a mixed haul and never got round to it, and that was, I believe, £6.99 from Wilko's. Before we went, I put it on my list of things to make things easier. So I have actually said to hubby before we went, I would like to look out for a dustpan and brush on a long handle. I believe this was $8.99, also from Wilko's. And don't worry, it is clean because I haven't used it yet. It's still got tags and everything on. But this has been ideal, you know, to sort of, you know, sweep up and get all my embellishments. As I said, it wasn't used, so it is clean. And that's sort of where it stems from, because it fell down here, so I couldn't bend down and twist to get it out. So this is sort of ideal, and these are the sort of things that I need to take into consideration. But the main area I wanted to deal with today, funny enough, was this. I've got stuff going out. I think it was Lisa for her daughter. I haven't forgotten. I am getting things together, and I just wanted to sort of tell you about that if you're watching this video. These are things where I'm dealing with them straight away or whatever. But what's happened, and this is what I mean by the hot and cold method and a warm, is the thing is that there's so much down there paper wise that sometimes you don't want to be bothered to keep moving things to get other things. And that's why I said about, you know, putting stuff that you're constantly using so you're easily able to get it. That's worked out pretty well. I like that idea. But I need to thin this down, whether it, as I say, some stuff's going out, but I've got papers and folders behind there that, to tell you the truth, I'd have to take these down, bring them out and everything. And yes, the desk is another area. What I've found before and previously, and I've mentioned this before, you start one area, you pull out, then you think, well, I'll move that to somewhere else. You start another job, another job, another job, and then you find out you're in one big mess, and to get back to the original job. I'm trying not to do that, because most of this stuff will actually have to stay in here, except for my craft bag that's under the table and things like that. But I just want to make it a lot easier and everything. My boxes at the top, as I said, are organised to how I use pieces. And yes, I do got some steps to reach up, which is probably not ideal, but that's just how it is. But I want to thin it down a little bit if I can, but also sort of using the hot, warm, cold method is how I use my pieces. That also depends on what craft I'm doing. I do a lot of card making, so a few bits need to tweak and declutter a little bit and reorganize. So yeah, this is at one of its worst stages, I must admit, but I want to be able to sort of do it so I can walk straight in. And this is the stuff I had for Mother's Day. I put everything else away, but that's specifically for in here. And there's the steps and that craft board that I use in the lounge. That goes at the side where my wrapping station is. That's just my bin. And my light, which is something else to store. But I want to be able to put it just here if I can, because at the moment it's there, so I'm having to squeeze all the time through. If I could somehow alter this round, that's what I plan to do. That's the short term, to try and sort of reorganize and put things, so if my mobility is not brilliant or I'm in pain or whatever, I can get at things easier. Long-term goal is to move the books, and I could put them possibly behind the door in the lounge. I do like this solid bookcase, because these books are heavy, especially the larger ones. As I said, this, except for a few books that are in the lounge, this is basically everything together. I want to zone pieces, you know me and zoning things. I don't like to see things all over the place if I can help it. And yes, I do like the pine bookcase, but if I was to have another bookcase, possibly in the lounge, and I'll explain that in a moment, I could put some of my boxes on here, storage, or I could have another storage area and maybe have it white. I do not want to move, before anybody says, I'm not going to move either one of these out. I like those side by side, especially that one because it's all my crafting stuff. Maybe that one could have come out and over here, due to the fact that it's sort of more my accessories, like my jewellery and my nails and everything, and glasses and things like that. So yes, and things like that. So it is pretty well organised. So if it came to it, possibly that could come out. I have got some notes that, this is why it's taken me a little while to get going this morning and to sort this out from when I did my cards, due to the fact I'm sort of working things out. So maybe that one could possibly go there. Yeah, I've got my jigsaw down there. It's on a large board because it doesn't fit on this one here. So I could possibly bring my accessory one out here and just have my other one moved over a little bit and bring that other one out. This is long term, and I'm trying to do it so I don't want to buy any more storage until I'm happy with it. This bookcase or something very similar could possibly, this is the lounge door, go along here on this wall here, because I've got to remember I've got the radiator. I haven't actually measured it, but it won't go here. Plus it will be like that. The door won't be able to close, but it's just an idea. I don't really want to use this for the books, because if I did, this would actually have to be fixed onto the wall, because this is not as sturdy as that bookcase. I do like it in here. This is one of the last pieces we've got from MFI that was in our eldest son's room before he moved out. And I do like it there. I like hubby's vaping stuff down there, candles. In that box it's got 3D glasses, and there's a few books there, and I do have a few with my laptop. So this is just sort of explaining everything that's going on and arranging things, so I could have a plan. I would like to be able to sort of make it a lot easier to move around. This here goes at the side here, just here. It does go way back. Yeah, I've got bits on the floor, but when it's in front of here, I can't open this door. So, and that steps and that board goes there. So more that I think about it, the more that's likely, possibly, and I'm sure we measured it, this would actually go over there. And then move that one over, and then bring that other white one possibly at the side, and bring my sort of wrapping station. Then maybe I could have a wheelie cart or something that's on wheels, or hubby might be able to put adapt something from IKEA or something, put some strong wheels, so I can sort of, you know, maneuver it closer to the back of the desk. Now I think that's enough rabbiting on, but that is what I'm planning to do. I need to declutter my desk as well, but first of all, because I don't want to be in a very big mess, it's sort of reviewing this and see where I go from there. Normally if I've got a bigger job and I need some sort of muscles like hubby and my son, I tend to wait till a weekend, although my son does work weekends, he only has every other Sunday off, is a bit of manpower. And I know Easter's coming up, although we've got company, that would be the ideal time to do that sort of thing. But as I said, this is short term, and then I've got a long term plan. But let's get on, and I'll show you my progress and my thinking as I'm going through. It's not just crafting. This could be any space. It adapts to your family, to yourself, and the way you're living at that time. So I've emptied most of it. I just wanted to just share what I mean. As I said, I've got papers and everything here, and when I've got things in front of it, it's awkward to sort of get hold of it and everything. And if I was to tip the boxes, obviously the lids will come undone and things like that. So what I might do is the papers that I'm going to use more frequently that do fit in, I'll probably use those folders. You know, I'm still sort of, I have a rough plan what I'm going to do before I started, but I just wanted to sort of share how things are piled up and everything. So I'm going to get these wiped. My two big shots are down there. They are really heavy. So I'll put, they will actually, because there's no other place to actually store it, will stay up here anyway. So what I'm going to do is get this all wiped. Review all this. I say stuff has actually gone in the lounge so I can sit and watch TV while I'm sorting out in between. There's sometimes why jobs take me, you know, 2 or 3 times as long probably. And then I can put things back as I actually use them, if that makes sense. Yes, things always get worse before they get better. Believe it or not, this is mostly the stuff that was on the floor, like that paper rack, all my papers. I said everything was sort of you know, sort of built up height wise, so I'm just organising it like I said, as I use things and how frequently I use things, and I am changing it up a little bit. So this is as far as I've got. It may change. I'm just trying something different. I've had the same sort of arrangement now, organisation, for the last 2-3 years. So like I said, the big shots can't go anywhere else but on top of here. So my idea is to use this like my paper station possibly, and see if I can get some of the bigger pads off of the floor, off of that paper rack possibly, and use this that I normally have all the folders in. I did like the folders in there, but the pads do actually fit in these because they don't fit in those A4 sort of folders that I want to put up here for other papers. The folders that were in there, I've put them up there, and instead of having them single file, I've put the double boxes together. Can't have them there due to the fact there's a bracket, but this way, you see, if I need to take one of the boxes down, they won't sort of slip or slide. So that is as far as I've got at the moment. And as I said, bigger pads there. I do have my smaller pads over here, which may stay here. I'm not 100% sure yet because it just fits in well there, but I might change those sort of compartments around. And like I said, I want to get me desk decluttered as well. But I'm going to get this part done first so I can get it out of the lounge. So when I was at the range at the weekend, when I was away in the caravan, I bought this set. As I say, it was half price at £6. But if you take the packaging out, and this is obviously what's left. I've used quite a lot of the cards as well. In my previous video, as I said, I did some card making and everything. So these pieces are what will be going away. So say these are ribbons and bows, which go in here. It's got a bit messy, but I am not doing a full sort out. I'm just putting things where they should be. So ribbons and bows, that can be another day, because if I get as much put away as I can, then you know, I can sit here and sort all the other bits out as and when. Yes, I have decluttered my desk. Excuse this bit, ignore that bit, because that's what I'm sorting. And I have managed to push that back further, although I might be actually storing some of these craft pieces in one of my boxes, because I thought I could stand my cards and envelopes, blank ones there, because obviously that's what I tend to do more than anything. So like these sort of things, I'm hopefully going to stand up like, well, it will stand up like that, and there's plenty of room to get them, you know, out and things like that. So I'm going to get this bit done. As I said, I have spent a lot of time sorting bits of paper out, and I've done this as a 2-tier. The 3rd tier means that I would have to alter the shelves, and I would have lost a whole shelf. So this is how it is at the moment. So it's like blank cards at the moment, envelopes, and then like all embellishments and everything in that one. And because it's gold, I thought it all matches. That's got a few bits in, including the cable and my mic. It's in there. I've put my stand there that I have on my desk. I haven't collapsed it totally up because I tend to have it at that height anyway, but when it's not in use I can put it over there. So I am really pleased. I haven't done anything there, and I haven't done anything under the desk because I don't want to start another mess. I might jiggle these about, and I've got an empty one there that I might be able to reuse. And then this is my paper station. I'm really pleased about this. If I step back, so these were originally at the bottom there, so I've put these in that 3rd tier there. Say I'm not getting rid of some of my storage because I don't know my containers and everything until I've decided, you know, it does work. So all my pads are here, my small ones going into the tiny ones. I've got the larger pads there because they fit nicely in there. I've got you know, sort of cards and papers and everything here, and then I've cut down my cardboard, you know, these bits that are usually on the back of pads or whatever. So I've cut down cardboard just so I've got a little bit. These are all like those 3D books and the ones that I'm getting from the range, you know, the Christmas ones, so they're all in there. I've got some odd pieces of paper that are that size that don't fit in there to be used there, and some card. My planners there, and the little books that I've still been making are in there, but I still can easily get this one out. And because I've hired it with the other big shop, my black one, which I don't tend to use that much, but I'm not going to get rid of it. It means that I can reach over and I'm not pulling things out, so I can actually comfortably reach things like that and see what I've got. So that is my paper station, which I'm loving it. And when I've got those few bits sorted, my desk has been simplified as well. Then I've got my decor pieces all here. So yeah, some of this will actually be on another day, like under the desk, probably I do tomorrow, but I'm trying to still get things sorted out. So as you can see, I've emptied the paper rack. These plastic clear boxes, I am not going to get rid of these. I've got a box that's empty on one of my high shelves, so I can store those. Then sort of packaging and bits of paper and stuff and just wrapping, where I've taken them out of the packaging, and I've got the other one to actually put there as well, which is that spring and Easter set that I'm taking out the packaging. So sometimes packaging does take the room up, but like I said, I'm going to store that upstairs in my decor cupboard for the time being, because I'm not sure that I really want to get rid of it. And those boxes will be stored as well. Then these are all the little bits of paper. They're bigger pieces. Then I keep cutting bits up. I really need to get these used up. I keep saying that rather than start new sheets. But one evening I probably sit and sort one small box of papers out, so I can take it to the caravan and leave in the caravan for when I'm doing my craft projects. So it's getting quite late now. I've had a bath. Got dinner on, so I'm going to quickly just share where I've got to, and I haven't finished. Yeah, hubby, when he got home, he did actually get my toolbox out because he needed it. That's why I have a few tools in one of the drawers in my cubby. I've got this canvas that can go upstairs. This I was going to frame because I love the design. But I'll just put that in my Christmas wrappings and everything under my bed. That's just some notelets. I've got a little pile here. These are actually Christmas decorations. That's definitely Christmas. But the reason I left it out was in case I cover that with something else temporary, like a little bit of board with a... It was going to be hop or something, but I haven't got round to doing that because I did the other one. But this one, as you know, I had up on Valentine's Day. But they are Christmas decorations, and I think they were quite reasonable actually from the range. That's what I keep my die cuts and everything in. That's a project I'm doing at the moment. And then all my bits of paper, and then this paper I just took out my bag. That's the bag that I brought back from the caravan. It's got those boxes and a few other pieces. So I've got that to do. I have got a few other little bits, a bag of bits to sort out as well. That's the sort of thing I can do while I'm sitting down. And yeah, I've done my basics. I've just got that piece of laundry to put away. So this is how I want it to be kept. Not sure if it will happen because I want to keep this bit of the floor cleared, and I just want my light. I have got my bin, although I'm thinking about getting a smaller bin actually, because I know I can fill it up pretty quickly, and it's over here with all the rubbish and everything. I might have a smaller bin, I think. Yeah, I've got to hoover up. So this is how it is at the moment. It's all those pieces that's left to put away that start cluttering your room up, and probably spend maybe another day on it, because it's the bits and everything. And then you know, through the next few days or something, or through the Easter holiday, I can then sort of go through all my drawers again and just, you know, reevaluate what I have. That one's got a bit junked up. As you know, that's my embellishments. I need to sit down. These sort of things I can sit down even watching TV just to review what I have. And as you know, the ribbon one, that won't take too long. But I can either take them into the lounge and watch TV with the family, or I can sit at my desk. Really wish I'd had a white chair, but this was the most comfortablest. And then I picked this up also from IKEA at the time, just so it was, you know, a bit softer. But never mind. And as you know, I've got that on it. It just helps my back. And then tomorrow I've got to review under there. I've got a sneaky feeling I might have more art supplies in that bag there. But I'm going to use that upstairs to store my handbags, and use the canvas bin that's got my handbags in for something else. And then I've got the embellishment tray here. That's back there. That's the cards that I want to, empty cards and things that I want to sort of change that around. I've got my steps and that. And then at the moment I can sort of come round and reach over, which is a plus, as before I couldn't because this was in the way. And then I've got my wrapping station. As I said, I have got a short-term and long-term plan as I go along. Hubby did say if and when our youngest son moved out, that could be a craft room. And I would like to keep it as a bedroom actually, because we lost the other bedroom, which is the games room. So I'd like to keep that for guests or when our granddaughter stays. So that again is a long-term plan. There's no rush for our son to move out. I mean, it helps us out so much, whether it's sort of physical or you know, he is really good. He's a really good son. So yeah, that's it. And I will finish. I've still got this. I've had it a few years now, and from Chatty Batty made me that, and that stays out, I think, pretty much all the time. It is a card, but I put it in this frame. It's a little bit buckled, but I didn't want to cut it down, and I just poked things through like that. So yeah, and then I've got a few bunny things. So yeah, I am going to finish up in here tomorrow. I did leave my little bunnies out in this plastic container due to Easter's coming up, and like I said, I've got me embellishments there. I've got envelopes and cards there, and I want to put the rest of the cards there. And then I've got glue and all my sticky pads and things there, so everything is in room. But as I said, I nearly didn't put that box there, but as I said, that's got a mic in, because I was trying to clear it, and I was going to get rid of that, but it's got bits and pieces in at the moment, so I think I've allowed a little bit of decor, but try and minimise it now. So that is it for today. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. As I said, you know, if you're going to do a space, especially if it's you know, it takes a few steps to get to your main goal, then if you can plan a little bit out what you want to achieve, how you want to achieve it. I mean, I know nothing is sort of straightforward usually. I can tell how it's going to go, how it starts. If it progresses quite smoothly, which it did on this account, and everything worked out really well, so I've got my paper station there, then I know it's going to be a good sort of declutter, reviewing and organisation. But when things start going bad from the start, sometimes I have to step away and go back to it if I possibly can. So it can be for any space, so it could even just be you know, sorting one wardrobe or something. As I said, this space, because of it being so small, it does actually get really badly cluttered. As you can see, that is the space I've got, but for the short term, yeah, I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can. So once again, thanks for watching. Goodbye.